everybody. So I am sorry I'm just a little bit late. It looks like, well, there are lots of things happen. First of all, I set up 2 lives. And then I'm still trying to get my link to post over on Facebook so people can find me. But those of you who subscribed to my channel no doubt knew I was going live. And so thank you so much for joining me. We'll just put this aside and see what we've got. Tonight we're going to be using this paper, which is the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. I love it. It is so cute. Let's see, I'm still trying to figure out why this is not posting. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna just hop on here and make sure that the sound isn't going to interfere. All right, and then we will start it. Whew, it's been a day. I worked longer than I anticipated, and so I was kind of scrambling a little bit to see what we were gonna make here. But I've got a super simple card for you tonight. It features the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. And let me see if I have the rest of the pack handy here. I have some of it. So if you have not seen it yet in person, I guess you're still not seeing it in person, but some of the sheets I've used already and some I haven't. So there is this one. That's just a bunch of pretty daisies. It's got some garden green and another green that I'm not sure. Maybe granny apple, I'm not sure. It's got some crushed curry and some lemon lolly. That new light lemon lolly is so pretty. And on the back of it is just like a sky blue. And then we've got this one, which is pretty peacock and I think garden green. And probably my favorite paper right here. It's got some daisies again. We've got some lemon lolly and some crushed curry, and I think this right here is the wild wheat. That's a new color. And then we've got, this must be, I'm not sure what that blue is, but I know that there's pretty peacock in it. So if I take a little peek on the back and I cheat, I guess it's just pretty peacock. Maybe Azure Afternoon, maybe. But really pretty colors. I just love all those colors. It's got the copper clay in it, which we'll use tonight. This is a Moody Mauve on the back of this side, and then this one makes some really quick and easy cards. All you have to do is cut up each of these panels. And you can use them for accents on a card, or, you know, this makes a perfect card front, and so does this one itself. Just add a sentiment and you're good to go. Then there's this one that's got wild wheat on the back, and we've got some mauve, Moody Mauve, and copper, and we've got a little bit of the wild wheat in there, and Bubble Bath is that light pink. We've got a Pebbled Path background here with some more greens and daisies, and this dark color in here is Early Espresso. So it's really beautiful paper. And it spans a lot of different seasons. So that color combination, just really nice. So as I mentioned, we're going to make a really quick and simple kind of card tonight. You're going to be surprised. And you can make it, you can dress it up enough so that it doesn't have to be quick and simple. But, when you're looking for a quick and simple little fun fold, this is it, I think. So we're going to get started. As I mentioned, we're going to be using this paper, and I need a piece that is 3 by 8. So to get 3 by 8, obviously it depends which part I want featured. But what I've decided I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off this bottom here because I want this piece right here. So I'm going to first cut it 3 inches. So I need to turn it upside down because I use my cutter upside down. And 3 inches right here. That way I still have lots of options for this. And then again, I'm going to be hiding half of this, so I want the part that's being hidden, this blue part that I'm not really going to do anything with, I want that down there. So we're going to just cut this 3 by 8. And then I'm going to score it at 4. So this is a little mini card. So see how we have a little mini card? And I'll straighten it out a little bit. Make sure that I've got this nicely done there. Now I already went ahead and I cut a piece of copper clay. And I know it doesn't show up all that great against here. I'm trying to see what I'm doing, but my computer's freaking out because my keyboard is over here and something's on it. Let me move that. So I cut a piece, and this measures 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's just a little bit bigger, and that's the back for this little mini card. We can go ahead and adhere that onto my panel. Now, when you are picking your designer series paper to do this project, you want to make sure you like the back side, the flip side of this paper. And that's copper clay. It goes with everything else, so I'm good with that. I will have to cut another piece of paper, though. I do know that, because I need to... Let me just see if I can slide this. It's a little crooked. No, you won't worry about it on camera. I am going to need a piece of basic white in here. So if this is 4 by 3, I said, right? I'm going to need just a little piece inside that might be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now this would be a great little project, a great little way to give a gift card. It's not much bigger than that. And I think I have a little gift card right here. So, I mean, you could put that on with a little glue dot there, and when they remove it, you can leave a little note. You could write a note up here and have your, or vice versa, you could put your note down here and stick your card up there if you were giving a gift card. Maybe this is just a really simple thank you card. Now I said this is a super simple card, but this card is not, I mean, what you're seeing right now, it's not the card. That would be really super simple. I mean, it is a card, right? Because there we go. We've got a card. Hi, Sheila. I'm finally looking up to see who's saying hi. Hi, Sheila. There's a bunch of you, the rest of you watching too. I assume, Tony, you're watching. You don't log in, so you can't comment, but you said you're always on, so you should see my room right now, Tony. It was nice and clean for you last week. It is a disaster right now. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to start with a 1/4 sheet of thick basic white. So this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a piece of the copper clay. Again, this was actually from this same paper. It was a strip across the top of another one. So I've got my copper clay on there. So I'm going to do something that looks like this. I'm just going to adhere that. Yes, I could do the blue side too, but you know what? Maybe I will do the blue. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do the blue. I've changed my mind. Just put a little bit of glue down there. Now, next week, I don't know if I will be live or not so live, because I'm going to the family camp for a couple days, and I have to come back Friday night because I have a meeting that I have to attend in Boston, which I really don't want to go to, but I don't really have a choice. So I have to come back. I just don't know what time I'll be back. I'll have something ready to go in case I can't go live. All right, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 with a designer series paper layer that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now I have 2 other pieces, and I believe this one is 3 1/4. Let me just check. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these on the diagonal. And if your paper is non-directional, which this is really, I mean, it's really non-directional, then you can get 2 of them out of this. You have to cut 2 of everything else, but. So I'm going to put my points and cut on the diagonal. I'm going to put my points in the ditch and hold it carefully. Now, you may have just noticed what I did. I went like this and it seemed to get stuck. Because I'm going on a point, it didn't really want to go. So I just picked it up and I put it in here, and then I was able to cut from the middle out. It's just a little trick for you there if your ends are being a little persnickety. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, if this is directional, you want to pay attention to how you're cutting. One will work better than the other, or you just have to switch sides for the pocket, and you'll see what I mean shortly. All right, so now I have these 2 triangles, and we're going to put them together. So because I had the blue showing on the other one, on this layer, I'm going to have the blue showing also on this layer. And I'm going to mount this together, and you can see I've got a nice little white edge going all the way. If you adhere the 2 squares first before you cut, then when you cut them on the diagonal, you will not have this white border on this edge. So I think it helps accentuate the pocket. So this is what we're doing. We're putting this right here. And so we need to adhere this. Now you want to use something strong when you're adhering it. So you can use Seal Plus, which is a tape runner. You can use this glue, but it will take a little bit to set up. Or you can use tear and tape, which I prefer because it's nice and thin, doesn't take any time to set up. And notice I want to put it on these 2 that form a right angle. Here's the math teacher in me. There's your right angle. So I want to put it along those 2 edges. I don't often get to talk math, so when I do, I take advantage of it. So tear and tape is nice and strong, and it's very easy to tear, but not easy to unstick. So just press it down and remove the backing. Come on, backing. There we go. And we're going to adhere this right into the corner. Okay, so there, this is a pocket now. We didn't put any adhesive here, so there's your pocket. So we can put this right in there, and we've got a super simple card. We probably need something to embellish it. Now, I had this cut out already, and I was just playing around. I don't really want to put a daisy up here onto the daisies because it really, it interferes with the beauty of this designer series paper, I think. I could do a smaller one down here, but I think I want just a sentiment. So let's go ahead and find a sentiment to use. We've got your friendship means everything. Wishing you the brightest birthday. Let's see how that one looks. That one is, I think it's too long. I think it's too long. You have a lot of space up here. So I don't think I want that one, but let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and just take this one. So this is the Cheerful Daisies set that goes with this designer series paper. It comes with dies as well. And you saw that the card that I made, the flower pot card that I made in my last class, I think. So this was built with all the dies. Not all the dies maybe, but most of the dies that were in that particular die set. And so this just comes out and tucks in. This sentiment was from something else, but really fun playing with those daisy dies. But for this one, we're really just concentrating on the paper and maybe using a sentiment that I just placed and almost lost. All right, that's the problem with photopolymer stamps, is they kind of blend into everything. So your friendship means everything, and we just need maybe a circle punch or something like that. Let me see what I've got. I've got I do have some circle punches left over from, you know, the good old days. Let's see if this one fits. This one does not fit. So 1 3/4, 1 3/8 is not big enough. And I don't seem to have any other ones. So looks like what we have to do is look for something in our die set. Now in the dies, like this is one of the dies that's there. That's a little bit too big, I think. I could put that in there and stamp a sentiment on there. In fact, I've already got one punched out. So I could have something that looks like this or I have another flower too, but that's a little too small. This is another die that comes in there. Let's see what we get when we go ahead and stamp a little bit on this daisy. I think I'm going to bring in the stamp, and we'll mount that. All right. Now usually I stamp first and then I die cut, but I've got this die cut. I don't want it to go to waste. I'm just lining it up before I ink it, so that's the way it goes. I'm going to bring in the blue that is in this particular paper, and that's going to be the boho blue. And it would be the boho blue if I could find my boho blue. It's in my ink bag. So we'll get out this little boho blue ink pad. And this is the benefit of photopolymer stamps. You can ink it up and then you can see where you're stamping. So there we go, that's pretty good. And I probably should have stamped off a little bit first, but let's see how this ink looks over the top. I do have a plan B if I don't like it. We're just playing. We're just playing. So here's the center. Your friendship means everything. That's not bad. The copper clay is dark enough so you can see it on there pretty well. So I'm going to attach this to the pocket. I do want to pop it up a little bit though, because putting this in and out, I'd like to leave a little bit more space for that to get in and out. So I don't want to put them right here just because that's extending off the page. All right, so we have something that looks like this, and we have just a nice little card to go inside. It's pretty quick and easy, and obviously if you just had a circle punch and you had a greeting you just slapped on there, you'd be great. Now let's go ahead and also in this suite of products, are these adhesive backed solid gems, and they come in the boho blue, lemon lolly, and the copper clay. So we can go ahead and use my take your pick tool, and we'll get out some gems here. So let's go ahead and maybe put, whoops, grab the wrong end of that. Putty is sticking to it. All right, we got one there, and maybe we I keep flipping this over. So these gems are faceted, which is why I'm grabbing it like that. So I've got two there, and let's put one up here, and there's some teeny tiny ones. So we can put that, maybe right in here. And if it catches the light just right, you can see that it does catch light. Now, if I take this off, I do have one little shiny thing on here. So maybe I just want to put on a couple more so the card in its own right has some sparkle, and it has an odd number, of course, because we always want that odd number. So where are we going to put this other one? Right there, maybe. So now when I put it in here, there's still an odd number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we're good to go there. All right. And so that is your quick and simple little pocket card. Now this is, as I mentioned, the Fresh as a Daisy suite, and I worked up a stamp camp. Registration for it will open either later tonight or early tomorrow. I worked up a flyer, and so for those of you for whom I delivered things tonight, I'm sorry. You're going to see the mistake I made. So I used an old stamp camp flyer, and I replaced it with the right colors. I picked the color from here, and lemon lolly, which is in some places. That's my background. But I forgot to tag, and I changed this to the mauve that's in here, but I forgot to change the date right there. Silly me. So it's registered by June 1st for the stamp camp that is on June 10th. The stamp camp is $44, and for the stamp camp we will be creating 8 projects. So some will be 3D, most will be cards. And this project, not only will you create the 8 projects, you'll get all those supplies. It features a full package of the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. That's a $12.50 value plus shipping and handling and tax. And you'll get a half a page of in-color gems. And let's see if I have those. Well, I've used a lot of them, but these are the in-color gems, and up there the pebbled path is hiding, but love, 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 love these gems. So you'll get half a package of those, and you'll get a half a spool of copper clay ribbon. I don't actually have the copper clay ribbon at the moment. I've got the boho blue, but you'll get this in copper clay. So you'll get half a spool of that. So all in all, you're getting about $24 worth of product, plus you're going to get all the supplies to create the rest of the 8 projects. And there will be a special thank you gift as well. So if you've never been to one of my stamp camps, they're super fun. I have a lot of the work done for you. So some of the die cutting will be done. Some you can't do until you get there. But we're going to be creating 8 projects, and these are not them. So I just took a screenshot, or I used one of the images that Stampin' Up! Gave us. And I'm going to have some other cards designed for you. So, and I will be sneak peeking those as we get closer. I do have most of them designed. But June 10th, 9 to noon, $44 gets you the $24 worth of the product, the half a spool of copper clay ribbon, the half a package of colored gems, and the full package of the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper, plus everything else you need, and a free gift. So I hope you can make it. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. And this is far and away the most popular to date of everybody that's submitted a wish list, this Fresh as a Daisy suite. Everybody is loving it. So that's why I decided let's start with that one that a lot of you have already purchased it, and so now you'll find some ways to use it. So I'm going to turn you around. So let's see. Oh, look, you're watching my computer. Hi. So that's what I have for you tonight. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, the wish list challenge goes through, did I say tomorrow? Or maybe the 15th. I think it's the 15th. So submit your wish list for a chance to win either a $20 gift certificate or a stamp set of your choice, which will be about, 20, can be a little bit more and stuff. But you can't win if you don't enter. And all you have to do to enter is look through that catalog and write down the things that are speaking to you, the things that over the course of this next year you might like to have. The reason why I'm doing this challenge is because it helps me decide, learn what you want to see. What you want to use is probably what you want to see. So that'll help me, that'll inform my purchases, and we can go from there. Now, if you did not, if you were planning on placing an order, don't forget that for orders of $25 or more placed between now and Sunday, you will have two, let's see where it is. You will be able to get supplies, and I do all the die cutting for you. That's a lot of die cutting, let me tell you. I'll do all the die cutting so that you can create 2 of these flower pot cards. They're lots of fun to put together, especially if you don't have to do the die cutting. So that's for orders that are placed between now and then. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have a catalog and would like one, please email me at stamperhood@gmail.com, and I will make sure that you can get one. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. The weather's been beautiful, and I think it's going to continue to be beautiful. So make the most of it. We will see you next time.